It's a surprise seeing you.
I was in the area.
But please excuse the mess.
I'm not interrupting you.
If you could excuse my pyjamas and dressing gown.
It's been a while.
Well, in that case, if you can excuse my thinning hair. And as you can see, I've been putting on the pounds.
Where should I...
Oh, let's go through here. A beer?
No, thanks.
Can't offer you my tobacco pouch. Do you have any cigarettes on you? I don't seem to have any.
Yes, I've got some.
Move those magazines. Sit down.
Thanks.
I don't know if it happens the same way with you, but I find with the sort of life I'm leading, it's only at night I get a chance to keep up to date with my reading.
What's this one?
An American Scientific Review. I'll start this record again, I think.
You're watching me very carefully. I like your professional touch, my friend. But why else am I here, even so late? Yes, we were students together, but unlike me, you stayed faithful to our discipline, psychiatry, the workings of the mind. The neurology came later.
That's right. Make yourself comfortable.
The ugliest student, it has to be said. Dirty and untidy, but you always seemed to have a girl in your rooms. She would stay for a month or so. The record was 6 months. Mending your shoes for you, and you'd never have to look for a replacement. You lucky dog, Barnacle.
I love this music. The Goldberg Variations.
Who's playing?
Glenn Gould. Everyone's talking about it.
It's been a long day.
Every day at a maternity clinic. Must be like a fresh start. All those deliveries, all those human beings to welcome into the world.
Not today, my friend. Not this day. It was different. Well, it's brought me here. There are things which I can't tell you about as you sit listening to your music. Mid-morning, he was back. The young man down on the street, just staring up at my office window where I was standing. He's the one who's been leaving notes on the car windscreen.
I kill you.
Vivian takes them away without saying anything. To her, that is only a secretary's duty. Never mind that she was once my regular mistress. To Vivian, it is her duty to protect me, her boss. Protect me from what, though? From the young man? Or from myself?
I kill you.
He must be about 25 years old. No overcoat, despite the time of year, just an ill-fitting suit, the sort they wear out in the country. From Alsace, I've always supposed. Perhaps he isn't mad in the strictest medical sense, a man obsessed, let's say. He's had only one idea: to hunt me. He's been waiting for an opportunity to catch me, to confront me, to harm me. Sometime Vivian isn't about. Today, he was back.
I kill you.
How much does Vivian know? Why, for the past 6 months, has she scarcely mentioned the pretty maid we took on at the clinic, the one I called Teddy Bear to myself? Her real name I only got to know from the press, from the news pages, afterwards. What does Vivian suspect? Could she have an inkling what happened 6 months ago, when I took myself up to the night staff room?
This is the best part of the day. Definitely.
You like it?
Yeah. Don't you?
I suppose.
Don't tell me you've no time for yourself. This is me being selfish. This is time I've saved up for myself.
And I've interrupted you.
No, not at all. I'm intrigued to hear what you have to tell me.
Really?
Of course.
Not about the night staff room, anyway. I found her there, the girl, a mass of blonde hair surrounding her face. She looked almost like an innocent, deep in sleep. The thing that we did, I did, as a smile spread across her face even while she slept, as her mouth opened and a little moan escaped between her lips. She seemed so naive doing it, having it done to her. She made me think of one of those large teddy bears that children clutch when they've nodded off. I encountered her next in one of the patients' rooms. Her accent told me she was from Alsace. I guessed she had only just arrived in Paris. She blushed, not daring to look me in the face. When I visited her for a second time, her face was full of not sleep, but gentle mischief. We didn't speak. She opened her eyes towards the end. As I was about to leave, she grabbed hold of my hand and kissed it. Twice more after that, upstairs, and I had never felt so light-hearted. For me, it was a miracle. Another week passed. No sighting of the girl from Alsace, day or night. I didn't dare to inquire. Was she on leave? Another 2 weeks passed. I kept glancing at Viviane out of the corner of my eye. If her gaze and mine ever crossed, Viviane looked away first. I nearly had second thoughts about ringing your doorbell, my friend.
Oh, I'm glad that you did. Yes, this is a pleasant surprise.
Now I'm just like any of your other patients, see? I'm smiling, or trying to, just to show you that I'm not nervous. Not at all.
Nervous? You, Sean? Oh, have you got an ashtray? Here.
Thanks. I really wanted to ask you something. About an incident that took place this afternoon. It has been worrying me ever since.
I'm listening, Sean.
It was in the middle of a delivery. I wasn't using an anaesthetic. There's another method we use in obstetrics. It's called fearless or sometimes painless delivery. You know how that old method of conditioned reflexes works, and how it's up to the doctor to use certain key words to help the patient's labour to relax at certain precise moments?
Yes, I know.
Well, I've been using this method for years with about 30 or 40% of my patients. But today, at just the most critical moment, I had what I can only call a sudden blank.
Go on.
I knew where I was and what I had to do, but I couldn't find the right words or gestures.
You were frightened of something, Doctor, weren't you? There was a point. I felt that things weren't going as you wanted them to. Now you can let me know what it was about.
Nothing, I assure you.
I just wondered whether...
What did you wonder, Madame Roche?
I don't know. I hardly dare say it. For a few seconds, I felt that all my efforts were useless. That my baby was no longer alive. I nearly lost heart. Let me see my baby again, please.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Never.
I mean, elsewhere? In the street, perhaps, or during a meal, or at a meeting? Have you ever experienced the sensation of being somewhere without actually being there, of existing in an unreal world?
Yes. It's happened periodically, especially in the last few years.
Can you describe it?
I get moments, an increasing number of them. It's then that I feel off-centre.
Off-centre?
It's a feeling of emptiness combined with vertigo.
Have you had any neurovegetative problems? Have your stomach and your bowels been all right?
Occasionally I've had 1 or 2 pains in my stomach, but the x-rays have never revealed any ulcers.
Have you been examined fairly regularly?
I get your point.
Yes, I have, but I'm not a hypochondriac.
What's your blood pressure like?
It's low.
Would you mind if I checked it?
Do you want me to lie down?
Oh, no, you needn't bother. Just take your jacket off. What time do you have dinner?
I haven't had any dinner yet.
When did you last eat?
The middle of the day.
I try to be at home for lunch. It's the one time we're together. Christine, our teenage children, my wife, our family, around that big circular table. Otherwise, it's as if the five of us lead completely separate lives, not bothering about anyone else.
Everything all right, Dad?
Yes, of course.
Now that David has mentioned it,
Why shouldn't I be all right?
I hope you'll be able to rest for an hour or so after lunch.
I doubt it. I expect I'll be called back to the clinic at any moment.
Couldn't you arrange for Audin to take your place occasionally?
Christine and I have come a long way together, in social terms. On the up and up, you could say. Now, at 47, she's much smarter, much more appealing than she was when I first knew her in the Latin Quarter, working in the lab.
Don't stare, Jean.
She prefers to think of herself as a dutiful mother, which she is. But perhaps it's also a disguise.
What would I be like if I didn't have help in the house, I ask you? The devil makes work for idle hands.
She had to learn everything from scratch. Which fur coat to buy, how to play bridge. I haven't gone out and about for ages, but when I see her setting off, looking so elegant, so careful about her looks and her figure, frightened of getting old, I wonder if she has a lover. And should it matter to me if she does? With my history?
You know, Dad, I've been thinking a lot recently. I really don't want to become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer.
What are David Chabot's plans, then?
I want to become a reporter.
So you've had no food since lunchtime?
As it happens, I've had to have 1 or 2 drinks.
Do you normally drink much?
No.
You in the habit of taking any particular medicines or barbiturates?
Only when I can't sleep.
And how many hours do you sleep at night?
It depends on whether I've got a delivery to attend to or not. Sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 5 or 6, but rarely more.
Right.
When I get the chance, I usually lie down for a while at the clinic or at home. My consulting rooms are in the house.
And do you occasionally feel tired?
Do I feel tired? I admit it.
Very tired?
So tired I could nearly...
What, John?
I could nearly cry. In fact, at times I really have cried. When I've been alone in my office or in bed.
Oh, I'm not surprised you're tired. Your blood pressure's dropped. When did you last have a proper eye test?
A few months back.
Right, I'm going to put on this reflector. Light bulb working?
Yes?
Look at my finger. Watch it now. You know this rigmarole. Watch.
I let 3 weeks go by before I asked not Vivian, but our matron, Mademoiselle Roman.
What happened to that little maid with the Alsace accent?
Didn't your secretary tell you anything about it?
No, she didn't.
Well, she was the one who got the bad reports about the girl. She told me about those previous jobs she'd had, how she'd committed 1 or 2 indiscretions. I thought you knew all about it.
No.
I was under the impression that it was you who suggested we should sack her.
Keep watching my finger. My finger. That's right. Nowadays there are machines which do the job perfectly and produce exactly the same results, but they cost a great deal of money. Look up at the ceiling. Now the floor. Ceiling again. The floor. The fireplace. The door. The fireplace again. Oh, that's fine. Now for your reflexes.
After today's little incident in the operating theatre, Vivian drove me home, back from the clinic to my consulting room.
You look as though something's bothering you. Everything went off fine, and Madame Roche was right about it being a boy.
What if I were to forget everything I've learned?
What? Professor Chabot forget?
I knew what I was talking about. I had made my patient doubt herself when she should have been doubting me.
Is it really impossible for someone to take your place for a few days and go and have a break? I don't know where. In the mountains.
I didn't feel like taking Vivian again. But the thought of being by myself was worse. I knew I would never come back. Heading for the woods, choosing a suitable spot. The police would come and quiz the hotel staff. The Paris dailies would pick up the story. Well-known doctor, etc.
Do you want to dictate some letters?
Not this evening.
Have you got plans?
No.
If you're not thinking of going out, do you want me to put the car in the garage?
Yes, you'd better do that.
I'll get these conference notes typed up for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you've got them ready for me.
Thanks.
Shall I answer it?
It might be my wife.
Good night, Professor.
Good night. Hello?
Am I disturbing you, Jean? Are you with a patient?
No, I'm alone.
I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you sure you can't come and have dinner? Your own dear brother-in-law? I'm at their house. It was Philippe who suggested I ring you.
Tell Philippe I'll do my best.
Very well, my friend. I imagine you've had your urine tests. Any trace of sugar or albumin? Is your urea rate more or less normal?
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You haven't had flu or any sort of virus infection, have you? Yeah, I'm sorry to go on, as I'm sure you've already thought of that. Years ago, you brought your daughter here.
Yes. All that to do at school.
Asthenia. Withdrawal into self.
Which you cured.
Oh, getting her into another class was all it took.
She got her confidence back.
So, how is she these days?
She's an actress.
Huh. I don't go to the theatre much.
She's been on television.
Well, or watch much either.
I've just learnt for the first time this evening that she's going to be a film star.
If I remember right, you've got a younger daughter as well.
Yes, another independent-minded young lady. And a son. He's 16 and a half and tells me he's going to give up his studies.
Is your wife well?
She's getting younger every day.
I'm glad to hear it. How's your mother these days?
I was with her this evening. Just a short while ago.
Who is it?
It's me, Mother.
Nothing's happened, has it? You're not bringing me bad news.
No. Why should that be?
Come in. Take your coat off. It's very hot in here. The older I get, the more I feel the cold. What's your reason for coming here?
I happen to be passing through Versailles.
That secretary woman's not driving you.
No, not this time.
It's your own business, son. It's all the same to me. Your wife doesn't seem to mind. Have you had dinner?
Yes.
You expect me to believe that? What's the matter, Jean? Are you ill? It's not your heart.
No, Mother.
Family, then? Business?
No.
Not like your cousins, then? No work, cancer, abnormal children?
Let me give you something for them.
I'm not meaning anything. You give me my money order every month. Well, your doting secretary does.
Look on this. Here you are. As an extra.
I'd be out of a job without families.
She's always been like that, my mother.
My view is that what happened this afternoon in the operating theatre, that has worried you considerably. But I very much doubt it'll happen again, unless you allow it to get the better of you. When did you last take a holiday?
About a year and a half ago.
How long for?
A week.
With your family?
We normally each go off in our separate directions.
That should suit you better. But a week's not long enough. Now, has there been anything else that's worried you?
No.
Ah, this is the 9th.
What?
Goldberg variation. This is my favourite.
Often, instead of going home after a late shift, I would end up at Vivian's flat in the Rue de Siam. My feelings for her have been different from my feelings for my wife. Something else has bound us. Complicity. Or my need for the presence of another person and my laziness in looking for anyone else. I've felt guilty about my wife, and about Vivian, for denying her a normal existence. I feel just as guilty about my children, about Teddy Bear, about everybody. I've lived among them, it's true, but not with them. And that is why, now, I feel at liberty to go off for good, since I found out I can't go on any longer. I didn't get involved when Teddy Bear... I saw her from my window, when she showed up at the clinic one morning dressed like a poor country girl. She must have asked for me, but they wouldn't let her in. And she walked back, dejected, to the street. 2 months later, I caught sight of her again, during a heavy downpour. I was running for the car. And Vivian was waiting behind the wheel when a face loomed out of the darkness. A figure came forward. A hand, it seemed, was held out.
Please! Please!
But it was too late. I hesitated for a moment. Then I shut my door, and Vivian started the engine.
She's just trying to make trouble, that one. Right. Where shall we have dinner?
Another morning at the clinic.
Your first patient is here, Professor.
I gather a police inspector was here this morning in the office.
Yes.
He had a photograph with him.
Yes.
Dead?
Yes.
How?
In the Seine.
It was in my newspaper the next day. The photo from her ID card was poor, made her seem almost ugly. Her Christian name was Emma, the surname German, something Ein. She'd been working recently as a kitchen maid in a restaurant. When they fished her out, her body had been in the water for several days. The post-mortem established she was 4 to 5 months pregnant. The most devastating evidence from any of the witnesses who have seen me today, that will be my mother's. Even if she says nothing, they will only have to look at her, worn away by the years, tearful, putting up a heroic struggle.
What's brought the police to my door?
Madame, it's about your son. It might be best if you sat down. When I'd left her, I remembered a cafe in a nearby street. Not its name. My father used to go there to meet his friends and talk politics, in the days before he felt the world turned against him. The civil servant who believed he'd lost his school's job on trumped-up charges turned uncivil and shut himself away in our flat for 8 long years. The cafe hadn't changed. It felt stagnant and depressing. Here, too, there would be witnesses. Those card players. They would have seen me on this pilgrimage. I needed a cognac. Afterwards, I used the phone. Has anybody asked for me?
No, Professor. Dr. Berthold's in charge.
Ah.
Everything's going all right, sir. We're expecting 3 deliveries tonight, and they all seem straightforward. There's a cesarean. Dr. Vile's carrying that out at this very moment.
No one needed me. Not my mother. Not my wife, not my children, not my patients either.
Everything's quite normal here, sir.
It must have been about this time of day, in darkness. that the young girl from Alsace went down to the riverside with no clear idea what to do. Had she made one last attempt to see me? And Vivian had tried to protect me? Teddy Bear. That silly name. I knew I had no right to turn down Christine's brother. Who keeps me in business, after all? Yes, I would go and have coffee with them. They would view me as they always did, with a certain respect, because of my many honours, but they would treat me in rather a condescending way, too. Christine's brother and his father-in-law, with their money, they're the ones who've made me into what I am. Imagine telling them, "Today I nearly messed up a delivery. It was touch and go, and I'm beginning to doubt if I can go on operating."
Jean.
Maud.
They're giving you a drink.
Yes, here.
Come with me. I want you to meet some of our friends.
Oh.
This is my brother-in-law, Professor Chabot. Prefect of l'Hérault. Great friend of my father's, who's come to spend a few days' relaxation in Paris.
Lovely.
Christine.
Are you all right?
Why shouldn't I be?
Did you manage to rest for a while?
No.
Have you heard that Eliane's going to make a film?
An ill-bred young man told me so a moment ago.
Are you annoyed?
Not particularly.
You could have fooled me. You haven't been drinking by any chance, have you?
No.
Really? All I ask is you don't make a scene. We're in my brother's house. It's important for Eliane's career. I shouldn't have made you come. Have you met Lambert's new wife?
Should I have done?
Really, Jean? Lucette, this is my husband, Jean. Lucette Lambert. I'll leave you to get to know each other.
You don't come here often, do you? I haven't seen you before.
I don't expect so.
Oh, Philippe is so nice and so straightforward. So is his wife. I was so afraid that Maud wasn't going to like me, that she'd look on me as an intruder. Instead of that...
I imagined the young girl from Alsace in her place, Teddy Bear, and I wanted to cry out. I'd been drawn into a trap. This complete sham. This absolute farce. I wouldn't give this old goat Lambert more than 2 years to live. 2 months, perhaps.
Well, Professor, now you've had the chance of seeing my new wife, I'm not going to ask her what you think of her. I prefer them unspoiled. Anyway, in a few months' time, she'll be just like the others.
I see.
I'm going to send her set to you to be examined.
Ah.
She's pregnant. You probably noticed yourself. Now, according to her, it's 2 months. The question of months is very important to me, you see. Not because of the date of our marriage. Not that...
Sive Lambert. My clinic's major shareholder, for God's sake. He managed to trample on the thing I held most sacred. My professional pride. After Philippe and Lambert, I was back out on the night streets. I wanted my stalker to find me. The young man who waits outside the clinic, who leaves those notes under the windscreen wipers, which Vivian removes. He's been searching the city for weeks, whoever he is. The girl's lover, or her brother, or some awed admirer. He was the only person now I felt I had some link to. We would have understood each other with this aggression we share. But he couldn't have known the young girl as I had done. He couldn't have guessed that she smiled the way she did, as touching to see as a teddy bear in a child's bed. She was the only real gift I ever received in my whole life. And now I had to make up my mind, just as Emma had made up hers. I hated the idea of leaving, though, without being able to account for myself. Hundreds of people turned to me to do their thinking for them, while I had no one to ask to do the thinking for me. No one. It's too late. I've had enough. I want to be rid of all my worries in one go, my responsibilities, my shame and remorse, being obliged to become the infallible professor. It always was too late. I went on playing my role automatically once I'd started. Up till now, it has always worked. Just clicking into place at the required moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold it. The command I forgot when, for a few moments, the system broke down.
Push hard.
From a bar, I tried to ring Viviane. No luck. I had a second attempt, and a third. I found myself on the Rue Caulaincourt. I looked round me, at the cinema sign. I remembered perfectly, visiting it with Christine. What we saw, the weather when we came out, what colour the sky was, the brasserie where we had dinner afterwards. What a pity there was no one to witness the lucidity and agility of my mind. But there was. And living close by, my old bachelor pal, Barnacle.
All right then, Sean. Here's my solution. Tomorrow morning, you should come to my surgery and we start a series of analysis, x-rays, tests, for the whole shooting match. And if that doesn't put your mind fully at rest, then you can come back here 2 or 3 times a week, just as your daughter did. And you can discuss things with me, one-to-one. Private matters. But I don't imagine you can spare the time for that, either.
It's difficult, certainly.
Well, I'm not asking you to make up your mind for good this evening. It's abundantly clear that what you need is a really good rest, and pretty soon. That can't be news to you. Now, whether there's cause for you to be alarmed is another question. My feeling at the moment is that there's no reason for you to be, but I would still like a few more facts from you, so as to be quite sure.
Would you be speaking like this, my old friend, if you knew I had a gun in my pocket? A revolver, in readiness for that deluded young man from Alsace who wants to kill me? Would you be letting me go in that case? Would you be accompanying me like this, across the room and towards the door?
Have you got your car with you?
No, I haven't.
Let me ring for a taxi.
No, I can get one down in the street.
Oh, at this time of night, you can't be sure of doing that. Oh, wait a minute, Jean. I can't persuade you to sleep here tonight, can I? I'm told the patient's couch is quite adequate for the purpose.
I really think it's time for me to go.
Well, if that's what you want.
To leave you.
A taxi it is, then.
Still not married?
Not on your life.
You haven't changed at all.
Oh, what are these brown marks on my brow, then? And this paunch? Oh, hello. Could you please send a taxi to the corner of the Rue Caulaincourt and the Rue de Mestre? Hold on a minute. Do you want to go straight home? Are you still living in Croissy Square?
Yes.
No. No, it's a lie. We moved ages ago. See? I can still trick you, Barnacle. This visit has been quite a success, even if you don't see that. Because I now have another witness. And what more sensational evidence for the authorities than yours? From a psychiatrist.
What's funny?
Oh, it's nothing. Just something I remembered. Some of the people at my brother-in-law's house, his collection. It would take too long to tell you the whole story. In any case, I think there's someone waiting for you next door.
I'm sorry?
Through in your bedroom?
Well, I wasn't going to mention that, but, we'll need a light. Take the lift down. Now, you'll always find me here in the afternoon and nearly every evening. Do try and get more rest, won't you? It's probably nothing serious, but, well, it could be a warning.
A red light?
What's that?
And then nothing.
Nothing?
A hole in the ground. Thanks a lot, old friend.
In the physical shape I'm in, maybe you can do the same for me one day. Goodbye, Jean.
I think it is.
Is what?
Goodbye.
Around me, there are 4 million human beings. Cafes, restaurants, bars, music, cinemas, theatres. Out there are my colleagues, old friends from the faculty, weighed down by the same sorts of problems, and some may be undergoing the same anguish as I am. There are women ready to give me pleasure. And somewhere or other, a vengeful young man who's left his village in Alsace with the sole idea of killing me.
Where to, sir?
It doesn't matter.
Excuse me, sir?
Rue de Siam, please.
In my pocket? Yes, it's still there. My automatic. I'm reassured. It won't go on for much longer. Along the Rue de Siam, I walk past apartment blocks, not unlike our own. I imagine that that's the light in my wife's room, with the other rooms dark, as she gets herself ready for bed, and no knowledge of where I am at this moment or what I'm doing. Here is the block where Viviane lives. It's more modern than ours. It has quite a prosperous air to it. There's a scooter parked at the curb. I stand in the courtyard, rummaging in my pockets to find my own key. She has lights on, in her bedroom and the living room. I go up to one of the windows and listen. I can hear voices, not from the radio. That one is Viviane's, speaking from the bedroom, loud enough to be heard in the living room. Now a man's voice is answering her, from that English armchair she bought me as a birthday present, which was to be my chair. I know who he is from the accent. The Hungarian student Viviane introduced to me one day at the big teaching hospital at Pont Royal.
Professor, I want you to meet someone. This is Enoch Mikulski.
Professor Chabot, sir.
Mikulski. Early 20s. Dark curly hair, bright eyes. Viviane explained afterwards in the car.
He's a refugee. His family has been completely wiped out.
Should I recognize him?
He has no money, so he doesn't go to your lectures, but Professor Blanc's.
She mentioned him to me another time, as if the thought was just occurring to her.
Do you think you could possibly get him a job of some sort?
What?
Even if it was menial.
Why are you so interested?
I feel sorry for him, that's all.
I've seen him leaning against the door of the car.
Who?
This Mikulski.
Mikulski.
Oh, I stand corrected.
I was waiting for you the first time I spoke to him by the car. That's where he knows to find me.
He's been working on you, has he?
No, nothing like that.
He looks as if we should think we're lucky to have him here.
I don't know why you think that.
Something in his manner.
No, he never complains himself. His friends tell me he hardly ever eats.
I never brought up the subject of Mikulski, but I did slip in a word for him with my colleague Blanc, without making a big thing about it or caring to find out what had happened. Now, in the courtyard, I stand listening. I can't make out what they're saying. They're chatting in that intimate way of people who've passed the point of needing to put on an act for each other. A moment ago, I'd decided, not damning anyone and not in any spirit of revolt, my mind was quite made up to end it all. Now comes this ultimate insult. Viviane knew how I was feeling. She kept Emma away from me deliberately. She held me in a kind of quarantine. She didn't bat an eyelid when the police inspector showed her a photo of the drowned girl from Alsace. All this time, she's been seeing Mikulski on the quiet, asking him back to her apartment, letting him settle in quite happily, making him feel just as at home as I once did. I unlock the door of the apartment. I pull the automatic out of my pocket, feeling for the serrated edge of the safety catch with my thumb. Mikulski sits staring at me, too astonished to move, legs crossed and cigarette in hand, while through in the bedroom, Vivian goes on talking as she takes off her makeup. She is at her dressing table, in her underwear with one shoulder strap undone. All along, I have hesitated about performing my final act. Now, there is no need for me to kill myself. No need for me to turn to my friend Barnacle for help. My mind is perfectly clear.
Why don't you answer?
I have no confusion left.
Did you hear what Oh!
I could kill them both. But if I do that, there will be no one left as a witness. I prefer Vivian for a witness. Anyway, she is moving slightly, and now she becomes a less certain target. I fire, almost at point-blank range. Into the Hungarian's head, his chest, his belly. Then, as the body is still moving, against the man's temple.
Are you watching, Vivian? There's the gun.
What have you done? What have you done?
I'm not sweating, but I wipe my brow with a handkerchief. I wish I could sit down in my armchair, but there is a corpse lying there. Why does Vivian just stare at me through her tears? Why doesn't she move?
Go on, then. Ring the police. Call them.
It's over. It's all over. And suddenly, I'm feeling very sleepy.
Were played by the cast. Were played by the cast. Were played by the cast. Were played by the cast.